All right, we're gonna start this up. I'm gonna just do a little intro to that camera, and then I'll ask you kind of like just what you've been doing, what's going on, where you're coming from, and we'll jump into. I know you. I got happy that you were like, oh, I know what jokes I'm telling.
I got one.
You got one.
I got an N-word joke.
Ooh. All right. Ready.
Okay. I'm not. I think Eagle will appreciate this one.
Oh shit, here we go. What's up, everybody? We're back here with the amazing Matthew Broussard. You've seen him. God, dude, the roast, you motherfucker. You were so good. So good. He's always at the cellar. Yeah, thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, brother.
This is great.
How's things?
I'm getting married on Friday.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, good thing she'll see this after.
Afterwards, let this come out afterwards. You gotta let that. Otherwise, she's gonna ask for a prenup.
That's great.
Yeah.
Where are you getting married?
Austin, Texas.
Very nice. That's a good town.
It's a good town.
Where are you from?
I'm from Corpus Christi, Texas, Atlanta, Georgia, and I lived in Houston.
Right.
Yeah.
I like
That's a lot. 3 places is a lot of places.
Yeah.
When you tell people you're from more than one place, they get very confused. So sometimes I just lie and try to say the most.
Right.
Yeah.
Where
are you from?
I'm the same. Born in Chicago, raised in New York.
Okay.
Then lived in Georgia as a child. Met like my grandfather from the Klan, and then moved back to my Italian family, and then I lived in Massachusetts, LA, and then back here.
Wow, that's a lot of places.
So I'm like you, yeah.
I was born in New Jersey as well. I leave that out, too confusing, and I've lived in LA.
Yeah.
And Stone Mountain, Georgia?
Oh, I know Stone Mountain.
Okay, where are you? Where in Georgia?
I was in Woodstock.
Okay, that's just a suburb.
In Roswell.
Yeah, those are suburbs of Atlanta. I was in Marietta.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there you go.
Generic.
My sister was
shit.
in Marietta. She just moved here.
Which city has the most generic suburbs in the country?
In Georgia?
And which city in the country? Where are the suburbs the most generic?
It's got to be fucking Long Island, right?
Is it?
I have no idea. I don't
know. Houston had very generic suburbs. I just think like like Marietta, Roswell, Alpharetta, Sandy Springs is all kind of
it's all the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it's you go up to fucking upstate New York, it's the same as that shit.
Oh, Florida is incredibly uniform. Everywhere in Florida looks the same. It's all the same 7-Eleven.
Yeah, that beacon of hell, beacon of light to hell. You know, it's like 7-Eleven. Let's do some let's smoke some crack or something.
Yeah,
get some
I
drugs.
think they're meth people down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, crack is.
Yeah.
What's the difference between meth and crack?
Well, crack has cocaine in it. Meth does not. Meth is just straight. Yeah, there's nothing natural about meth.
Why is there such a racial divide in its user base?
I don't know. Maybe it's like Coke and Pepsi. I don't know. It's fucking starting to rain. God damn it.
It's okay.
It's all right.
Then we'll go in the rain.
Well, it's only not okay if it comes down. We gotta cover the cameras. Dude, what kind of you brought some jokes?
I got one idea, and I hate to start with it, but it's never worked for me on stage.
Yeah.
And I have another idea, but also it's going to be so either way we're going in way too hard. A roast. So I do roasts a lot, and one I've had used against me on more than one occasion is people say, "You're so white, you look like you say the N-word with a hard R." And I've always thought, wouldn't it be ruder the other way? I'm not from Boston. You know what I mean?
Right.
Isn't it offensive that I would say it your way? Like that's also it's a bad word and a mean impression. You know, like if I'm gonna go down for hate speech, I'm not gonna let you tack on appropriation.
Ah, I see. I like it. There's a lot there. There's a lot going on. I really wanted to just hear you say the word that whole time. Like,
which way would you like to hear it?
Nigga.
Would you like to hear with the R or the A? Which would you rather?
No, don't do it.
I'm not asking. If I was to say it, which way would offend you more?
Oh, at all. You should never say.
Okay.
With that hair? You can't fucking say that shit.
So
crazy?
there's no gradation of what is more offensive.
Huh?
It's just there's no
you know what?
There's no degrees.
It's weird.
Third degree N-word.
I mean, this is the thing. I tried to sell my friend on saying the F-bomb. You know?
That one's in a real gray space right now. It's coming back.
Is it?
Yeah, some people are getting away with it more. And then the R word is really come back.
I think that should have never left. I think that's a staple.
Between the two?
Right.
I think the R word is more problematic.
Interesting.
Versus for me personally, I think it's meaner. I think it attacks a group of people who can't really defend themselves. Versus, and it's not a group that could also use it amongst themselves in a playful way.
Right.
Not as often. Versus the F slur, which would get me in way more trouble, and where I will refrain from saying in public settings. Group text, let's go.
Right.
But that one, I think is less problematic because that group can take ownership of it. Also, I've been called that word a lot, and I get called that word a lot.
Yeah, look, I'm a fucking nail, you know.
Yeah.
Definitely called it. Almost had it. Almost had it back. Yeah, no, because this is the thing. I don't think is anyone. I can't imagine, and maybe it has happened. I can't imagine a challenge person being actually called a retard. You call people who
really mean. You go, whoa.
That's when you'd be like, if you heard that someone, but if you hear someone say that to someone who looks like they mostly have their faculties, you'd be like, yeah, then he's probably a fucking retard a little bit. You know? I don't know, but yeah.
I guess the R word, I could see myself being so angry I say it with hatred. If someone cuts me off, this fucking, you know?
Yeah.
But the F slur, I've never gone, look at this, you know, like that'd be silly. It's a term I would use playfully against straight people. That's what I call a guy if he got a really nice gift for his girlfriend.
Absolutely.
You know?
You're like, he's sweet, sweet mother.
Missionary sex? Gay. Yeah.
Jesus, looking into each other's eyes.
So we're starting off strong here. Okay, we're starting off real big. Also, this is okay. This is the cut moment. If I cower out on this one.
Okay, let me see.
I've also seen a big thing of lesbians taking ownership of the F slur. They heard us.
That's amazing.
The cops are here.
That's amazing.
The language police are here.
We're at 34th Street. Someone saying the faggot.
Yeah. That word, lesbians are taking ownership of it, and I'm like, I don't think they get called that at nearly the rate effeminate straight men do.
Interesting. I mean, I could see them I could see them pulling that off because
they are absolutely pulling it off.
It's ridiculous.
Who's gonna call?
It's ridiculous. You know, it's like a bunch of black guys calling each other chink. I don't know. Fucking weird. I don't know.
Ron Hirschberg says it's like Puerto Ricans using the N-word. You're like,
that one's tough. That's tough. That one is tough because you're like,
J-Lo.
Right. Yeah. But see, it's only because they want to align with not black folks more. You know what I mean? That's the problem. If Puerto Ricans like voted black and acted like, you know,
interesting.
Then I would be okay with it. My problem with Puerto Ricans and, you know, Hispanics saying the N-word is that they try to be like, we're not them. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They want to be though. They were more like white people. You know what I'm saying?
That's suburban kind of vibe.
Yeah. So, but you know, whatever. We'll take it. Whatever.
That's very interesting.
Good stuff.
I like that. To think about.
Yeah.
Another one that I've tried on stage and it doesn't work is Trump says so many ridiculous things that it's more interesting to analyze his reasonable statements. Mm-hmm. Like in the grab her by the pussy tape, the part that everyone kind of glosses over is they're asking him about, Billy Bush is asking him about, you know, did you how to go with this one girl, and he was like, I didn't close, I moved on her like a bitch. And I struck out. That was his exact phrasing. I moved on her like a bitch, and you're like, is he taking accountability for his own shortcomings? I've never once heard.
That's brilliant.
That's leadership.
Yeah.
That's literally the fuck stops here kind of stuff. You know. It's one of the few moments where I'm like, I like that in a leader. Someone who was like this. I fell short, and I'm taking ownership of that. Yeah. And I'm going to work to do better in the future. He's trying to fuck his friend's wife, which is not exactly
not the best.
Not the best moment for him. But, yeah.
That's a great. It's interesting where you're like, that's where he really is hard on himself. He really holds himself to a different standard. Like everything else, fuck it. But trying to get some pussy.
Right.
I gotta get this right.
Yeah.
I gotta nail this.
He's Tom Brady watching tapes. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Wrong. Yeah.
Fucking Trump.
Isn't it weird? Because he has never once admitted wrong. Like
never.
I never once taken any credit, like
yeah.
Shit,
I'm mad. I slept with a Trump supporter.
Have you done that?
Yeah. It was good. It was fine.
Yeah. Was it what kind of Trump supporter? Like Republican who happened
Hispanic.
to vote for him? Ooh. Mm-hmm.
Sell out.
Yeah.
Sell out. Well, it's all right. We punished her for it.
25%. It's 25% of Hispanic people vote, I think, Republican. Same with Jews.
70.
No.
Trump was
he made the biggest gains among Latino voters,
right.
But it's still a mostly blue bloc.
Wait. No. Latinos, okay, so it was like black women held it down with only 8%.
Yes.
Black men, it was somewhere between 12 and 20.
Right, it was still, it was a shift, but it was still very much, yeah.
Hispanic men and women was like 60 and 70% for Trump in the presidential election. I'm pretty sure of this.
I would love to see the data on that, but I think
sure.
it's one of those things they exaggerate.
Right.
I think it's all white people who are really pushing that.
I mean, that's who's leading the charge.
Pause for a second. There's a button that came on.
Oh.
There you go.
Yeah, letting them
Look,
know.
taking a peek.
Okay.
Taking a peek at it in there.
So, yeah.
How are we doing all around? We're all right, guys? Yeah, well, I'll be honest, 5 years. It sounded just like that. We're all right. We'll get it.
You've been doing this for 5 years?
5 years. It took me 2 years to get Greer to shoot the first one. We started during COVID. I did that 182nd short. I shot that on July 4th or July 3rd and 5th. Then I shot this the first time August 30th, 2020.
Okay, that was full on pandemic, right?
Yeah. Like he had a fro. I gained 30 pounds for that short film on purpose.
How was that?
Awful. I almost died.
Really?
Yeah.
Was that unhealthy?
Yeah.
What'd you do?
I ate pancakes with peanut butter. I just ate everything.
I eat pancakes with peanut butter all the time.
Well, listen, and not at midnight.
Oh, okay.
Like you know, I was living bad, and it was on purpose. I was like, I'm gonna fucking gain this weight. I went from 201 to 231.
How fast?
Like 65 days, 70 days.
Whoa! Wait, that is incredible.
That's
incredible.
So I woke up, I had sleep. So I went from having light sleep apnea to the heaviest.
Yeah.
And then like I woke up, and normally I'd be choking like in my sleep, and I'd wake up and sit up and I'd breathe. I woke up and I sat up and I didn't breathe. Then I got up, I ran in my bathroom, and I still wasn't breathing. I saw myself in the mirror, and I'm like, can't breathe. Wow. And then I collapsed on the ground, and I was dying. And then all of a sudden, I just like tried to yell. I was in the apartment by myself, and finally just a little air got in. And it went,
maybe you're allergic to peanut butter.
Definitely not the case, but fuck.
That's a caloric excess of 1,500 calories a day at least.
Bro, I was doing 5.
How fast did you lose it?
It took me over a year.
That sucks.
I'll be honest, like now I'm at 202 now.
So you still got.
I
get there, buddy.
But you know what? I did get back down to like 198, and just what happened? What do you think about AI porn?
It just doesn't do it for me.
Yeah, no one does yet.
No.
Now, what if I always like to talk about
the backstory.
The future though, but when the future, meaning the near future, and it has everything that you normally want, and you can just make anything up.
No, it's about the people. It's about the imperfections.
Interesting.
It's about the backstory. It's about the fact that they're a nurse who has an OnlyFans. And they're already doing well financially enough with the nursing, so they're comfortable. So it's not a desperation thing. Right. They just want to have a little extra money, and they have a little bit of time on weekends and weeknights, and they're in good shape. And you know, it's pushing them up to, you know, better money status. Yeah. Now they can maybe think about buying a house. You know, she can think about buying. Or it's a couple with good chemistry, and maybe they bring in one other person, but it's really healthy and they're making money off of it. It's also funny when it's like, I really like OnlyFans. It's also funny when it's like a woman on OnlyFans and her husband, she starts bringing her husband into it, and that's kind of like a chore for him. It's kind of funny. Eagle on another episode was talking about you want to see people at work. I want to see people at work. I hate my job. I want to see people who are like, yeah, no, it's a good job. I should probably appreciate the fact that I have a good job, but you can't. You can't appreciate it every day, and that makes you feel like less of an ingrate in my own life because I have good things in my life, and I don't always enjoy what I'm doing.
Most of us don't. Shit.
And I have a really fun job. I really am really grateful that I get to tell jokes. Yeah. But you know, I'm like, oh, I have to go to the club tonight. You know.
Poor thing.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
That's why when porn stars like, harder. Like I'm like, phone it in.
Oof. There's so much phoning it in. Jesus Christ, it hurts.
But I do like the OnlyFans because it's like it's fresh.
Yeah, it's close. It's very close. It's like
and they're making the money, and that makes me very happy. Yeah. So if they're excited to make the money, that's cool. If they're unenthused to make the money, that's cool. It was all their free will.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, no, it's definitely like you're doing this because you want to do this.
Yeah, I'm like an indie hipster snob with my porn. I'm like, is it locally sourced? Is it free range?
Amazing. Yeah, I love that. I love that.
You like OnlyFans?
Dude, you know what? I can't even, I'm dating someone who's psychotic. If I even talk about how much I like OnlyFans, I'm gonna get murdered.
Well, luckily for me, my fiance has never watched a single podcast I've done, and I say so much on podcasts that would get me in trouble, and she's never seen it.
You're a lucky motherfucker.
It's crazy the things I've admitted to on podcasts. that she would ever watch me on a podcast when she already has to listen to me talk for 3 hours a day.
Dude, you're marrying the right person.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, no,
buddy.
my girl is like, I heard what you said, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, fuck, wow,
Yeah.
nothing gets through.
Yeah.
You're like,
Someone could
wow.
even send her this clip. I think hey, it's a 60-second clip, and he's really trashing you. She was like, 60, so I can't. She'd make it 3 seconds and just swipe away.
God bless you. See?
She is tired
Some
of me.
people
9
make-
years, baby.
9 years?
9 years, and I talk a lot.
So 9 years, you've been dating, when did you ask?
She proposed to me.
Wow.
Mhm.
That's the new world.
It's not very common. It's extremely rare. That is
Yeah.
one line women don't like.
Yeah, yeah.
Because we both talk about it on stage. She's a comedian too, and
Oh, I didn't know that.
there is a resistance to it, even from feminists.
Wow.
Even in Brooklyn.
Really?
Liberals, conservatives don't like it because that's the man's job, and liberals don't like it because that's the man's job.
I hate that
I
shit.
am unifying people.
Yeah.
She had told me she wanted to do it for years. and
Right,
it was
right,
just
right,
a-
right,
She
yeah.
thought it'd be an interesting bit.
It's great.
I did propose back to her though.
Right.
So she wanted me to do something.
Right.
But she just thought it'd be really funny to propose to me.
Right.
It felt like getting slimed at the Nickelodeon Awards. I was like,
That's sweet, man. That's fucking dope. Good for you,
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
yeah, and she's
Yeah.
only held it over my head a couple times.
Well, wait till
We'll
you
see,
get
we'll
married.
see, we'll
I
see,
think
yeah.
I think that
Yeah.
gets that gains more weight as it goes.
Yeah,
You're gonna
right.
use it against you.
Yeah, right.
That's so
and
funny.
you talk about OnlyFans on podcasts.
Jesus Christ.
Does your lady not like you looking at porn at all?
No, she's okay with that. But it's weird. It's like if you just go watch, like, okay, let's even say we're gonna watch porn, right? And we're gonna watch. You go on the site, and you're like, this one. Type in this word, and this is what we're watching. Great. But if I see a girl on Instagram, and it says, "Here's my other links," and I go look, that's a step out because I'm now interested in this girl in a
Who's
different
a real person
way.
in the real world? Yeah.
Right, but I'm also like, but the other girls we just watched, those bitches are on Instagram, and I can find them and be.
They're in a union. They were all born in Bulgaria and fled third world poverty, and they live in Las Vegas now.
Dude, there's all couples who shoot with their heads cut off, basically. You know,
that's OnlyFans, yeah.
Yeah.
And then mainstream porn, it's a weird divide. I really have started to think about it from the comedy perspective of like industry porn stars,
right,
who are probably getting to the point where they make less money than the independent ones.
Absolutely, by so much. You saw the fucking one girl made $42 million in a year.
Yeah. Versus what does Adriana Chechik make? A lot of those women have to be escorts to really make.
They have that. They got reps. They got to pay people like we do. We give. Hey, you made $5,000 a day. Well, I had to give 70% of it away. You know?
It's like in comedy, a lot of like actors and people with like specials on streamers aren't doing as well as our friends who just put a bunch of stuff on Facebook.
Dude, there's the guys who are just hitting IG, and they're really consistent.
Yep.
And then they're building that fucking audience. They're not even, I hate to say they're not even that good, that's mean, but like just blowing up that social media shit and being direct with people, that's the best way. You get all the dollars.
That's what Dane did. Dane Cook.
Really?
He was a MySpace guy. That was one of his big things.
I didn't know that.
A killer performer, and he would respond to every message. So he built because he was very much pushed outside of the system, because back then, he was considered a young, hot guy who was like, it's funny that...
The tank top guy.
Yeah. You were like, who's this guy in a tank top? It's so funny that was, what he did then was so disgusting to the old guard comedians.
Which is so
now
ridiculous.
we're like, that's just a regular,
You're like,
that's an honorable, decent
God
man
bless
now.
him.
He's not doing crowd work clips. He's not doing reaction videos. He's just doing stand-up that's, lively and affable.
Yeah, he got a bum deal.
And he has good shoulders.
Right.
Yeah. Boo.
Fuck, dude, I saw him.
That's such a bad deal.
Yeah, I saw him like recently at the Hollywood Improv. He fucking is. He's funny, man.
He's a funny guy.
Yeah.
His old stuff, it's just so positive and fun. Just such a, like, gives his performances everything.
Yeah.
He still goes for it. Yeah. Interesting case of how he was so maligned.
Yeah.
He was the first OnlyFans comedian, in a way.
Sell out, but not at all.
Not at all.
Yeah, it's all about the time. What did you do in the time that you did it? Like, what did you do? You know, it's like that's what you're judged by.
Right.
You know?
I think we need to bring the term sellout back.
I'm down to sell out. Let's do it. I'm doing this. I'm not even doing stand-up. I'm just doing fucking this shit.
We're not getting paid enough money for this. I'm talking about the people who already make enough money touring. I'm talking about people who make $10K plus a weekend just touring on their own, and they have a Patreon, and then they're like taking on bad brand deals, and they're advertising stuff, and they're bringing on bad comedians they don't respect, or just meme stars
Right.
they don't respect because they know
Yeah.
it'll bring. Like I wish there was a little more integrity, a little more preciousness, but we're in a time now where there's no shame in taking any money from anyone or doing anything to get a tiny bit more famous.
Bro, I mean, listen, I mean, isn't I mean, I haven't been in the clubs, like I've been doing stand-up here and there, but I feel like you can tell, like, all these clips, you're like, and you can see, like, in the rooms, you're like, wow, this isn't that funny. I've seen sets, but, like, the person's focused on their phone in the back, like the clip.
Yes.
That's the shift where it's like, oh, the people in the room, it's good that we need them to laugh, but I'm just trying to get the fucking camera to like what I'm doing. You know what I mean? For social media.
Right.
And you're
Now,
like,
when
oh.
you're doing back in the day, if you're doing a special taping for HBO, you would also be half cognizant of the cameras, half
True.
cognizant of the audience.
Right.
So that's a hard dance.
Right.
But there is a little bit of the thinking about social media first.
Right.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Yeah. I don't know. It's tough. It's like, when did you start doing stand-up?
I started in 2011.
Right.
And that was a time, an ancient day,
Yeah.
long, long ago, where you just got a good 5-minute set that got you on television, and that was enough.
Right.
And from there, you started touring and made a fan base.
Right. But
And when I got to the top of the
Yeah.
ladder, right when there was no ladder to climb.
yeah.
Yeah.
2015 it ends? What do you think? I feel like
2016 was a great year for me. So I
Right.
had all the things I was supposed to be achieving. I did Conan, I did a half
Right.
hour, and I did Roast Battle. And none of it meant anything except that I posted it onto Reddit. And that was the first time I think people started seeing my stuff. But again, it was the pandemic when people really just started taking clips and realizing I have to get it to them myself. And it's a double-edged sword. Now, I appreciate it's nice not being at the whim of the... Yeah.
There it is. That's what you were saying some real shit and that came on? That was just for you.
Yeah. Who is that? Bonnie? Is that Total Eclipse of the Heart lady?
Harry Nilsson.
Good ears. Oh, Mr. Shazam over here.
Come on, guys. I've been alive a long time.
It's a double-edged sword. If I'm being too serious for this, I'm
No,
sorry.
no, it's fine. This is great.
It's a double-edged sword in that, like, it is great that we can make it for ourselves, but we have to make it for ourselves.
Yeah.
There's no just momentum anymore. You can't just reach escape velocity.
Right.
No matter how well you're doing, you have to keep putting out stuff every single day. You can't just have one good special that just pushes you for 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, no.
You have to. What's your crowd work clip this week? What's your podcast clip this week? And it's exhausting because I'm not worth listening to. I'm not. Why are you listening to me right now? Like, I have nothing to say.
Right.
When I'm on stage and I'm saying those things, I work really hard on those things, and those are the things worth
That's
hearing.
what you
but
want.
the shit I say all day to my fiance, that's worthless. That's garbage. I don't like giving everyone all of me all the time.
You don't like being a whore. You need to be ready to work in the morning, in the evening, at night. You got to sell that ass, and that's what this became.
Yeah.
And you got to be the camera person, the audio guy, the fucking writer, the director, this.
Yeah.
And it's hard. Yeah. No, it's like we're jealous of the generations before, you know, where it's like, oh, well, if you did the right thing, someone was going to give you a call.
Right.
You know, and you were going to there's no call coming.
Right.
Like by the time someone's calling you, you've already made it to where you want to get to.
Right.
You know, like look at someone like Josh Johnson. Like that guy, he made this work.
No, he's
Mateo Lane made this work. You know, there's certain guys who took social media to like from being like, I'm just a comic struggling to like, oh, you're buying apartments, nigga, goddamn.
Buddy.
Yeah.
Buddy is the N-word for white people. Buddy.
My buddy.
Oh, my buddy. Buddy, please.
Oh, fuck. Hold on. Oh, man. I was dating a bipolar girl. And she would call me at like fucking 4 a.m. and scream at me like it was like 3 p.m. You know, and you're just like, wait, what's that? What's going on right now? It's like, it's 4. It's just nigga never took a break. You know what I'm saying? And you're like,
now, sex with her, does that count as a threesome?
it's pretty good. I always say that she becomes an octopus. It's like an extra hand. It's the succubus. It's tough, man. Like, yeah, you're like, what the fuck, man?
Does medication help?
You know.
So you don't recommend dating bipolar chicks?
No, I had a joke where I was like, I'm writing a screenplay about dating someone bipolar. It's called Don't. And that's it.
That's perfect.
That's it. You know.
Ooh, that's tough.
The relationship stuff is.
You got any screws loose?
Dude, just lots of trauma.
Oh yeah?
Super trauma. My dad was a pimp and a murderer. My mom was a hooker.
Why are you so adjusted?
I got adopted.
I'm sorry, murderer?
Yeah. My dad did 21 years for murder.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, what was your mom?
She was a hooker and a thief.
Okay.
Yeah, she just passed.
I'm so
2
sorry.
months ago. It's okay. Yeah, it's all right.
I'm so
It's
sorry.
part of
Was she
life. Thank you.
murdered?
Actually, I think she might have been.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of fucked up.
Wow.
By her, like her husband and the woman that take care of her. Like,
By a new husband.
yeah.
Okay.
So basically, I got a call a couple of
Uh-huh.
weeks ago, and it's like, your mom passed, and I was like, oh shit, what happened? They're like, and this is my sister. She's like, oh no, she died 6 weeks ago. They cremated her, and they never told us.
Whoa.
And then I called. I'm trying to get information on
Uh-huh.
it, and it's like it's weird. Yeah, my mom lived such a crazy life, and I've lived such a crazy life with my parents, where it's kind of like this is normal.
But you're
You know
such
what I mean?
you're such a sweet
I'm
guy.
insane. I am
Do
insane.
you have moments
yeah.
where you go crazy?
I
Where it all
cry a
comes
lot,
out?
I think. I just cry, a lot
That's
of
way
tears.
better than. Are you?
You're like,
with no violence, no like randomly like.
No.
Okay.
No, I'm pretty good about it. I mean, I did basically try to kill myself on coke and booze for a decade.
Oh, okay.
So I started stand up in 2010.
Uh huh.
You started in 20. I feel like I met you pretty close in. Like I've always known, as long as
Yeah.
I've done comedy, I've known you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, hey, what's up? And passing and all that stuff. But there was a lot of those years. I was like, I said I was doing stand up, but I was really drinking and doing drugs and kind of did stand up.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
And did stand up kind of give you an excuse to just go out and party?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it made it easy because I was like, at that point I was kind of like, I was broke because I was spending all my money on that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But it was great to do stand up because I'd be fucked up on stage and kind of had some game, and I just pick a girl out of the audience like, we're gonna do some shit tonight, and she'd be like, okay.
That's awesome.
That was pretty great.
But
But I wasted a lot of time.
yeah,
it's
but
a
you
lot
did
of
get laid.
Yeah.
My comedy never got me laid.
What?
No,
Get the fuck out of
it
here.
wasn't. Not.
This
It got
fucking
me. It
guy.
got me my fiance, but
Right.
I didn't have game. I think you have to be
Yeah.
a kind of broken person as a comedian to really attract women. I think you have to be like a fixer-upper versus.
That's funny.
I would go on stage and be like, I'm fiscally responsible.
Yeah, that's
That's
not
my
it.
whole act.
No. You
I
could-
like punctuation marks. That
You
was
could
my
get a
act.
nice Asian girl with that. I think they would like
A
that.
good Jewish girl, like my mom would
yeah,
finally
same.
be happy.
It's the same-
Same thing.
same thing.
There's a lot there.
Oh.
Yeah, I went to
same.
a school, like
Yeah.
a big engineering school. I'm Jewish. And
Yeah.
A lot of Jewish Asian babies coming out of my class. Yeah.
Children of imperialism.
Yes.
That's it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna do great on their tests. They're gonna have so much stress.
Bro, so much good to tradition. It's like, we're
Yeah.
gonna make money. We're gonna be doctors and lawyers.
There's gonna be
I'm
weird-
jealous. I'm jealous of that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't.
It
none
can
of that.
be a little brutal though. That kind of like hardcore. I guess.
Compare. Come on. You heard what I said.
Well, compared to
What were
your
you about to
childhood,
say? What the fuck? You're like, well, Perry.
they can be very overbearing. Jewish parents can be very. They put a lot of pressure on you.
I wish I would have liked a little pressure.
Yeah.
Just an appearance, maybe. No, that's
My
funny.
parents.
That's
I
funny.
lived a very, like a pretty narrow, safe, comforting
Yeah.
life. Yeah.
I
I
think
wanted
it's-
to. I wanted
okay.
to study math in college.
Right.
This is my great struggle. I
Right.
loved math, and I wanted to get a math degree. My parents said never.
What?
You can't get a real job with a math degree. You have to be an engineer. So I found a subject called applied math.
Okay.
And I was like, see, it's more employable. A lot of these people go into industry. They go into
Right.
finance
Right.
afterwards. They're like, okay, we'll allow it.
We'll allow that.
That was my parents.
See, I think it's actually more interesting that you've had like a pretty straight lace, like even balanced, and then become a comedian. Like you should. There's something. What's the thing?
There's some-
What's
there,
where?
there used to be something interesting there, like talking about that background and going into comedy. But now I
Right.
feel like all these suburban white kids like me have become comedians and talk about the same thing. It's not
when
interesting anymore.
when you started, it wasn't like that. Now,
a little more novel.
now this is the thing, and I always say that. I think one thing that's like a problem with comedy is that really weird, interesting people became comedians.
Yes.
And now this new wave are people that I don't want to talk to mostly. Like I don't think they're that interesting, but they do stand up. Do you understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's a diss, but it's also like it's the barrier of entry went from like eccentric kind of
like that.
like
Yeah.
one of these guys.
This would have been,
you know?
yeah.
But
This
like
is my
now
background,
it's now it's just like, fucking Susie wants to do it, and she's in a
Kids who went to Northwestern.
like, what are you gonna joke about? How
Yeah.
many Plan Bs you took? Like, what are we talking
Right.
about?
Yeah, but then again, that is most people, so there's a relatable thing to it.
Yeah.
Do we address this?
Yeah. Hold on 1 second. Hey, my friend. Oh shit, he doesn't know what world he's in.
Uh-huh.
As long as he's not wearing a vest. All right,
Brother.
Thank you. Présala. No.
Yeah, it's weird having that background.
Oh fuck, he backed into.
Oh.
He backed forward and then backed into it. Did you see? Is that in the shot? That's fucking hilarious. Ooh, he's playing soccer with that thing. Fuck, we got to wrap up.
Okay. Yeah, I do. I tend to enjoy comedy more from people who've been broken.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this new wave, it's kind of what's happening everywhere.
Yeah.
Used to be that with rock stars.
Yeah?
Used to be rock stars had to be like busted up people.
Oh my God, is he gonna jump? I'm sorry, I had to look, guys. I could not help my response.
I saw that too.
Okay, there you
That would
go.
hurt my knees. Okay.
Parkour. Yeah, no, it's weird. It's I think we're in a weird time. Movies, TV, comedy, art. I feel like we're definitely in a valley.
Yeah.
Overall.
Movies are getting good again. TV is great.
Really?
Yeah.
What movies? Sinners is one movie.
Dune 2 was really good.
I mean, but yes. So there's like 3 tentpole movies, and the rest is like fuck.
Okay. Bottoms was a good comedy. That's coming back around.
I haven't seen it.
Okay. There's some. Light is peeking over the horizon. How about that?
I hope. Listen, that's positive.
A little bit. It's still
I like
a lot
that.
of bad sequels and reboots. I think TV is really good.
Okay.
I think there's some really good
There's
TV
some.
shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Severance is great.
Severance, I've seen pieces. Good.
yeah.
I didn't like White Lotus. I didn't like it.
It's okay.
I didn't get it.
It's fine. It's
Yeah, it's
entertaining.
fine. Yeah.
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 I hope the casting director is like, well, we were considering him for the
It's great.
next white douchebag guy they have in every season. That's my dream. I want to be. Every season it's
the
a guy
from
I
the Hamptons,
I
bro.
be
You
friends
could do
with.
it, dude.
Yeah.
You're fucking rock.
Thanks, bro.
Thanks for stopping through. I'm gonna have
Appreciate
you
you.
back when we're not rushed.
Okay. And
All
when
right.
we don't have an acrobat.
Everybody, hold on a second. Mac, what are you gonna be doing next? Where you at?
I'm gonna be. Check out. Can I say check out my special?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
check out my
cool.
special Hyperbolic on YouTube, and if you like that, then come find me.
Boom. See y'all later.